and welcome to Insights IS. Let's start our discussion, that is Kerala government challenging constitutionality of CAA, that is Citizenship Amendment Act. Recently, Citizenship Amendment Act was passed by the Parliament, which seeks to provide citizenship to illegal migrants from Buddhist, Hindu, Sikhs, Jain, Parsi, and Christian from Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh on or before 31st December 2014. So, Kerala government is challenging the constitutionality of CAA, and it is the first state to move to Supreme Court challenging this CA 2019. So in that light, many articles are very very important, like Article 131, Article 256, Article 356, Article 365. So what Article 131 says? It says that the Supreme Court has original jurisdiction in disputes between states or the center and the states. And if Kerala government challenges this constitutionality of CAA, it would be compelled under Article 256 to comply with the CAA. And this Article 256 says the executive power of every state shall be so exercised as to ensure compliance with the laws made by the Parliament. And guys, remember that Article 356 says that there would be precedent rule if there would be the failure of the constitutional machinery in the state, and in the same time 365 says if the state doesn't comply and doesn't follow the order of the central government, then that may lead to precedent rule. So in this Kerala challenging constitutionality of CA, these articles are in use. And also in that light, Article 14, that is equality for law, Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty, Article 25, Article 14 of the UDHR, that is which provides that everyone has the right to seek and enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. This UDHR says that is Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article 15 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights also provides that everyone has the right to a nationality and that no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality nor denied the right to change his nationality. Article 26 of the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights says it also provides that all persons are equally before the law, that all persons are entitled without any discrimination to the equal protection of the law, and that the law shall prohibit any discrimination and guarantee to all persons equal and effective protection against discrimination on any grounds such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. So these articles are very very important from prelim point of view. So please try to remember it. Actually, in prelim 2014, 2012 and 2014, article the 131 was asked. So in upcoming prelim also, there is a chance that article 131 can be asked. So let's discuss in that light. Let's discuss about article 131 in details. The Supreme Court has original jurisdiction in any dispute between the government of India and one or more states, or between the government of India and any state or states on one side and one or more other states on the other side, or between two or more states. The dispute must involve a question whether law or fact. Any suit by a private citizen against the center or state cannot be entertained under this. Then how Article 131 different from Article 32? Unlike the original jurisdiction under Article 32, which gives the Supreme Court the power to issue writs, etc., the jurisdiction in Article 131 is exclusive, meaning it is only the Supreme Court which has this authority. And this Article 226 is also different from 131 and Article 32. that the High Court too have the power to issue writs, directions, etc. Article 226, High Courts. Supreme Court stand on Article 131. There have been two conflicting judgments. So the next issue is mandatory gold hallmarking. So this is mandatory hallmarking of gold jewelry and artifacts in India. So it was hallmarking is done by Bureau of BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, which comes under Ministry of Consumer Affairs. So what jeweler hallmarks denotes, this kind of symbol you can remember, the Bureau of Indian Standards symbol is there, and for purity of a gold this kind of written things are there. Then as a gesture, jeweler identification mark, and year of hallmarking also mentioned. These kind of symbols are mentioned in this gold jewelry. Earlier, mandatory of gold hallmarking was optional, and only 40% of gold jewelry was getting hallmarked. So this recently it is mandatory from 15 January 2021. Gold hallmarking is a purity certification which started in 2000. Only in three grades, that is 14 karat, 18 karat, and 22 karat golds, this kind of mandatory gold hallmarking would be there. Containing 4 marks. One is BIS mark, then purity in carat, assay center's name, jeweler's identification mark is there. So it is assay center. I told assay gesture, it is assay center. Sorry for that. Then the rule, it is THE. The rule is applicable only on sales by retailers and not to consumers. That does mean that if you are purchasing the gold, you are not accountable, the retailers are accountable in a large scale. However, it is available for consumers who want to get their old jewelry hallmarked. A minimum fine of 1 lakh rupees or 5 times the price of the article would be there. And if the hallmarking is violated. India is the world's largest importer of gold with annual imports of 700 to 800 tons of gold. Then we'll discuss in brief about Bureau of Indian Standards. National Standard Body of India. It is a national standard body of India, and it works under Ministry of Consumer Affairs. BIS is responsible for the harmonious development of the activities of standardization, marking, and quality certification of goods, and its headquarters is there in New Delhi. Section 14 and 16 of BIS Act 2016, it is says that mandatory hallmark provision should be there, and it operates a product certification scheme for ensuring compliance to Indian standards. Presence of BIS standards mark, popularly known as ISI mark, on a product indicates conformity to the relevant Indian standards. So the next issue is CRZ Rules Eased. CRZ stands for Coastal Regulation Zone. Ministry of Environment and Forest has relaxed CRZ rules. CRZ rules restrict construction near beaches. Relaxation in the rules will allow states to construct infrastructure and enable the beaches to receive a blue flag certification. And it is like portable toilet blocks, grey water treatment plants, a solar power plant, seating facilities, CCTV surveillance, etc. This blue flag certification is a eco-tourism scheme, and first of all, it was given to Chandrabhaga beach, which is located in Odisha. It is the first state, that is Odisha, to get blue flag certification in Asia. So we will discuss in details in upcoming slides. The ministry selected 13 beaches in India for the blue flag certification, and it is subject to maintaining a minimum distance of 10 meters from the high tide line. So suppose these tides are there, so and after that it is the minimum zone, after that it can be the maximum where the tide can reach. So this area should be protected as per the rule. So high tide line, what is high tide line? High tide line means the line on the land up to which the highest water line reaches during the spring tide. So there are two kinds of tides are there. One is your spring tide, another is your neap tide. So when the sun and then earth and moon are in a straight line, the gravitational force would be higher, and the centrifugal force will act upon, so that the height of the tide will be higher. And when the sun and earth and moon, they are in this kind of position, then there would be tide known as neap tide would be there. So height will be comparatively lower than the spring tide. And remember, these spring tides are occur twice in a month, one on full moon period and another during new moon period. So then we'll discuss about blue flag certification, and this is an international recognition. The blue flag beach is an ecotourism model and marks out beaches as providing tourists and beachgoers clean and hygienic bathing water, facilities or amenities, a safe and healthy environment, and sustainable development of the area would be there. The Blue Flag program was started in France in 1985. This statement is very, very important. France is the keyword. The certification is accorded by the Denmark-based Foundation for Environment and Education (FEE). It is an international, non-governmental and non-profit organization, remember it, with 33 stringent criteria under the four major heads of the beaches, that are environmental education and information, bathing water quality, environmental management and conservation, safety and services. Then the Spain tops the list with 566 such beaches. Greece and France follow with 515 and 395 blue flag beaches respectively. Japan and South Korea are the only countries in the South and Southeastern Asia to have a blue flag beaches. Chandrabhaga beach of Odisha's Konark coast was the first to complete the tag certification process and will be the first in Asia to get the blue flag certification I have already mentioned. The next issue is Taal Volcano. So before going to the Taal Volcano, let's understand what is the vent. Vent of a volcano is like that. Suppose the volcano is like that, and here is your magma chamber is there. So when it comes out, it is known as lava, you know it. So this is your vent. So suppose the branches are there, then it here will be vent. Suppose branches are here, then here will be the vent. So, and this is known as the cone of the volcano. So let's discuss about Taal Volcano. And on the island of Luzon, which is located 15 kilometers from Manila, Philippines, and this Taal Volcano erupted. It is a compound volcano, and let's discuss what is compound volcano. Compound volcano doesn't have just one main vent or cone, but several eruption points. Another such example is Mount Vesuvius on the west coast of Italy. So they are saying the not only one main vent is there, there are many vents would be there in the volcano, and places of eruption would be many. So the Philippines is situated at the boundaries of two tectonic plates known as the Philippines Sea Plate and the Eurasian Plate, which are susceptible to earthquakes and volcanism. So let's discuss a main question is like that. What is a complex volcano? Discuss the salient features with suitable illustrations. So this is your Taal Volcano. You can see in Philippines, and after that Pinatubo, Mayon, Canalon, then after that Ragang, this kind of volcanoes are there, and here is your Manila, the one of the city in Philippines. So this kind of volcanoes are there, you can look upon. The next issue is classical language. Recently concluded 93 edition of the Akhil Bharatiya Marathi Sahitya Sammelan. A resolution was passed demanding the declaration of Marathi as a classical language. Currently, 6 languages enjoy the classical status, that is your Tamil, Sanskrit, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, and the last language which is added to the classical language list is Odia in 2014. Criteria. Criteria for this classical language status: high antiquity of its early text or recorded history over a period of 1500 to 2000 years. A body of ancient literature or text which is considered a valuable heritage by generations of speakers. The literary tradition be original and not borrowed from another speech community. The classical language and literature being distinct from modern, there may also be a discontinuity between the classical language and its latter forms or its offshoots. Then the next is Mission Purvodaya. Purva mean east and Daya mean rising. So let's discuss the issue. The center unveils Mission Purvodaya to develop eastern region into an integrated steel hub. In Odisha, recently a company is coming known as Jindal, which is located in the east coast, that is the Jagatsinghpur district. So it is a project which is a cost of 71,000 crores of rupees. So this kind of steel plants are coming into eastern India, and the center believes that we have to transform the East India to a central hub of our steel production, that is steel hub. The Eastern Belt has the potential to add over 75% of the country's incremental steel capacity envisioned by the National Steel Policy. Through this program, the government aims to transform logistics and utilities infrastructure, which would change the socio-economic landscape in the Eastern India. Why Eastern India is chosen? Because in Eastern India, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, you can say these states are rich in iron ores, and easily iron can be transported to the Eastern India, and a port can be developed. Already Paradip port is there, and other things can be developed. That's why it is promoted so far. Let's discuss a question which is asked in Prelim 2017 like that. What is are the most likely advantages of implementing goods and services tax, that is GST? So we'll do this question by elimination method. Let's read out the third statement first. It will enormously increase the growth and size of economy of India and will enable it to overtake China in the near future. The keywords are overtake China, near future. Can you imagine India can overtake China in near future? If we get emotional, then you can imagine, but in practical, it is not possible. So this statement is a wrong statement. So if three would be wrong, then option D, C, and B would be wrong. I told you already, if you develop this kind of a skill, you can make 20 questions correct easily in your prelims exam, and you can crack the prelim exam in a very good manner. So the right answer would be option A. So let's read out all the statements. It will replace multiple taxes collected by multiple authorities and will thus create a single market in India. Right statement. It will drastically reduce the current account deficit of India and will enable it to increase its foreign exchange reserves. It is a wrong statement. So let's discuss the question asked in Prelim 2017 like that. The painting of a Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and oft illustrated paintings art. Options are Ajanta, Badami, Bagh and Ellora. The right answer is Ajanta, that is option A. So let's discuss a precised question, and in the following sequence a wrong number is given. Find the find the wrong number. So this kind of series is there. So it's a request that you solve the question and put your answer in comment box. So thank you guys, have a nice day.